Welcome to the JH Motorsports stainless braided turbo oil line and strainer screen relocation kit. It's serviceable. That was the point of it. The TSB-2044640 called for a strainer replacement, which this job will be the same as doing a strainer replacement, but after that you'll have serviceable filters, which are shown right here. We'll get more into that in a little bit. It's a 9-hour job, so if guys are seeing turbo failure as early as 30-40K at plugging up when they're beating on it, this oil strainer in this TSB. So we're going to eliminate the strainer and put serviceable filters in it. So that way you do 9 hours once, maybe add an hour for getting the lines in, so about 10 total, instead of doing 9 hours every once in a while just to save your turbos. Here are all the kit components laid out. I am looking at them as if I was facing the car. So this is the driver's side and this is the passenger side. The quick way to identify the kit and lay it out is going to be that the driver's side bottom hose, which goes underneath, is longer, and the passenger side top is longer for the top. So passenger top longer than the driver top, driver bottom longer than the passenger bottom. And these are the lower lines. They're only going to go one way when you put them in the car, so it won't matter that I identify them here, but this will save you a little bit of time of trying to stick them in and figure out which one goes where, because they're going to just angle a funny way. So if you just push down on the two of them, make them both touch the table like that, you can see one's pointing right, the driver's side points right, and the passenger kind of points left when they're both pushed down like that. Then you got the two filter kits, which just need to be assembled. That's quick and easy. And then we have 4 bolts. It gave you 4 new bolts for the turbo connection, where the flange holds down there's like a plate that holds down the lines. We gave you some Allen bolts since there's T30 factory, which work fine. The upper line right here is a little close to where you might need an Allen key, but you might have the right Torx that fits in there. It's just a little bit tight. So we wanted to give you Allen bolts in case you have a better selection of tools for the Allens versus the Torx. Either way, you can use our Allens or the Torx. We just want to make it easier based on your tool set, because most people have Allen keys, and that way you could fit in between the line. And then we got the upper line, and they're keyed. They're only going to go in one way because they have a notch, and these are going to point out on the driver's side. That one's going to point that way, passenger's going to point that way. There's only one way they're going to go. Once the kit goes together, you'll see. This is just to show you, so if you want to quickly kind of lay it out so you can speed up the process when you install it. So before we start, we're going to go ahead and get the oil filter assemblies done. There's 2 of them, so I'm just going to show you one, so you just repeat the steps for the second one. We just have a little cap full of oil, fresh motor oil from whatever motor oil you fill your engine with. So if, like anything else, when you assemble these things, you want to get them lubed up so nothing kinks or binds. So you just dip the O-ring in some oil. It'll go over this male piece right here. So you can see the 6AN fitting and this male threaded piece with the female piece. And then this filter is only going to go in one way. We're going to take the female part here, drop it in with the point up. That gives it more surface area, and it keeps it from fully plugging. If there was debris that came out, maybe another job or whatever, it'll push it off to the side. Then we're going to want to put a little bit on the threads, because you don't want to gall them, and the O-rings do all the sealing. So we're going to keep that down so that stays down, and just thread it in. That O-ring we put on is right here. You can feel it kind of drop in, and then once it's in there, you just got to get 2 wrenches on it and snug it up. It's sealed with the O-ring, so your tightening is not to seal it, it's to kind of snug it. Give it about, after hand tight, I'd say an 1/8 turn, not even that. Just, give it a little snug. With the big of a wrench, it's pretty easy to get it snug. So where we're at right now is we've done the portion of the install and disassembly as if you were replacing the strainer. Since those instructions are available, they're in a manual, you'll be able to look that up. So what we've done so far, since we just showed you the lines, is there's an actual blank we put in here instead of the factory strainer. So you have to replace the gasket and install our blank. All our blank is a Delrin ring that's the same shape and size of the factory strainer with no screen. That way we save the whole issue of having to remove a screen and all that, making a mess, possibly getting metal in the motor. So that is installed. The JHM strainer basically delete with a fresh OEM gasket. And all we're going to show you in this video is how to put our lines in addition to the standard job. So you're not going to see us unbolt, rebolt things. we're going to go ahead and slide stuff together before I put the oil sender in there, just so you're aware. So before we start installing the oil lines, we're going to show you the one little tweak we got to do to this coolant line located right here. Basically where the fitting hooks up, there's not a lot of room, so we just got to push it over a little bit. This one's already been pushed over, but how I'm going to do it is I'm going to get a long pry bar. I'm going to get in here on the block. There's like an ear where a bolt comes in the back for the timing chain, and you can see where I push. So originally it was a little bit over. I just kind of went over, and you'll see if it's enough when you put the line in, but I've already bent it enough. It probably moved over about a 1/4 inch, if that. And there's plenty of flex in the rubber line. Nothing's getting kinked. It's totally okay. There's a bracket up there, and these are stainless steel lines. So that's the one little tweak before you put these lower lines in. Okay, now we're going to start with the passenger lower line. You have the JHM fitting piece that I previously mentioned in the last segment. Just dip it in some oil. It'll go in a lot easier. Factory O-rings installed. So make sure it's on there, and you want to lube it. See, it'll pop in. And this one you can see has got a nice little tilt towards basically the driver. You're going to want to bolt it down, the factory bolt. Should be able to hand thread it down all the way. Generally a 6mm by 1 thread's about 8 foot-pounds. Just gonna get it snug for this video. That's in. Now we need the shorter line of the longer lines. And we're gonna put this in here. Important you go in the sequence. It's very tight down here. I'm gonna snug this by hand. And you're gonna point this line pretty much straight forward, slightly towards the passenger side. Just makes it easier to clear things. Get it like that with a slight tilt to the passenger side. And when we tighten this, we need to make sure we get it not overly tightened. We also support the welded part. Now I got it fully hand tight, and make sure it's as tight as you can with your hand, because now we need to make sure we get it sealed. And on this, you do not want to over tighten. And obviously you want to tighten enough so it doesn't leak. There's 3 basic methods. You can do it to torque on a -6AN, which is about 150 to 195 inch-pounds. Obviously difficult in the situation. Or we do the flats method, which is 1.5 flats. So that's what I've marked. You can see I marked the bottom part here, right below my pen. I marked it there. Then that would be 1 flat. And then the peak of that other one, you can see the edge right there. That'd be 1.5 flats. Which is, in this case, on this one, 1/4 turn. And that's the other method, which is just flat out 1/4 turn once hand snug. So now that I'm clamped up and I got the lower welded piece fully locked, because we do not want to just turn that and twist it. Okay, now I have this tightened 1.5 flats, which ended up being a 1/4 turn on a -6AN. I went ahead and went the 1.5. Stainless steel, you want to get a good crush on it, so I wouldn't recommend the 1. You can see, so that edge is that extra half, and it lined up with my line right there. You'll also notice when you tighten these, the line will actually rotate. So sometimes you got to get a feel for it, and you might have to push the line a little bit more this way as you tighten it, so it just doesn't spin around. Because you just still want that little bit of tilt over. Now we're ready to move on to the next line. Okay, now we're on to the next line on the driver's side. Already dipped this in oil like I did previously with the other side. A little bit of work to get in there and push it down and pop it in place. The factory bolt in by hand. And then next we're going to be running the longer of the 2 lower lines. Like I said, about 8 foot-pounds on this 6mm by 1 bolt. I'm just getting it snug here for the video. Line goes in place. And then, yes, I should mark it. I told you how to do the flats, but I'm just going to go ahead and get this one tight. And then now that that's in, I didn't snug it all the way because I'm supposed to bite this. I just wanted to get it shown in there, show how it's going. So the final step at this point would be to clamp it up and get your final tightening. Obviously I should have marked that first, but I showed you on the first one. Next step, we're going to start getting into the reassembly and the rest of the line. So now I've tightened the driver's line up. I crimped the lower line so as not to break the weld or anything, and got it 1.5 flats tight. So now here's how the lines are going to look. There's your longer driver's line and your shorter passenger line. You can see how they sit there. They need to be up, pointing towards the turbos, because you need to get your oil separator in there, which is what I'm going to do next. So as per the normal instructions, I would have put the oil level sender and a couple, lines and whatnot, and I got everything hooked up as I'm going with reassembling the car as per the manual. I have the oil separator here all shoved in. You can see where the lines are at this point. Sits right in here. So now next I got to get the throttle body in and obviously get things hooked up. And I'll get the throttle body in next, and I'll start laying the lines out for the next position. Got the throttle body in now. Obviously you'd hook up all the correct wires and all that. We're just trying to show you how to do the lines in addition to this job like previously mentioned. So here's the breather. Basically this line gets tucked, it just wraps right around. And the same thing with this line. This line goes on the passenger side. Pulls up in between right there. The breathers are pulling them nicely forward. So now I just got to put these 2 bolts in and then continue with the installation. Okay, so now the driver's fitting, the upper one, we'll get it in the turbo and dip it in oil here. Make sure it's all clean from shipping and everything. So when you put it in, you got to give it a little bit of a twist. There it goes. Make sure that's oiled up nice and good. I got to drop the clamp in here. The same factory clamp you removed when pulling the lines off. And then you can use the factory T30s, or we provide some 5mm ones. Like I said, not everybody has fancy long wrenches to get in there. So to help with that possible lack of length you may have, we gave you some Allens to tighten it, because this one right here is kind of hard to get to. So I'm going to go ahead and plug the other one in on the other side. You can see how that one sits. The other one's going to sit the other way. Do the other side and continue. We have both of the JHM upper line fittings on. Got those new bolts. It's just a tight fit for a T30. Not everybody has a long T30. You can use the factory ones. Like I said, we supplied our own for ease of access because it's a little bit tight. Those are 6mm by 1 thread, so those go to about 8 foot-pounds as well. See how they lay in there? If you get them backwards, these lines are not reversible, so it'll be obvious. Final lines and the filters are installed. See the driver's side one that's shorter over here. Passenger side longer over here for the short lines. Filters, arrows that way. Arrows that way towards the turbo. So now I've put oil on all the threads of all the fittings, even down there. And what I'm going to do, all you need to do is you can go ahead and tighten everything up while it's up like this, because this is how you're going to want to service it likely as well, by unhooking it over there first. I'm going to go ahead and do it with the 1.5 flats method. And then you just want to make sure that when you tighten it, it might move some, but you just adjust it, that you're pointed straight that way. So at a 90-degree tangent basically to this line, just point straight left and point straight right. So once we get this all tight, we can hook it to the turbos. If you're finding it difficult to keep that about 90 degrees, you can just go ahead and lightly snug that on by hand, and then go ahead and lock the top fitting in. I've already tightened this one with 1.5 flats method. And this one you can do, now that it's kind of held in place by hand, like tightening by hand. You also notice you got to kind of push this back. This needs a nice little bend, but it'll go right together. So yeah, like I said, if you're having trouble keeping that 90-degree angle, just get that on by hand and then lock this one down with the 1.5 flats method. So like any line fittings, there's an art sometimes. If you don't have a third hand to help hold the line from moving, you can see I just kind of pushed it down. And as you can tell, I got the line locked right here so it doesn't twist and rip the weld. And then I can do the 1.5 flats and measure it out. It's just an art. You'll start learning the more you do these fittings. But you can just pre-clock it like that if you don't have an extra set of hands or it's moving too much on you. And then it'll drop right into place once you dial it in. 1.5 flats. Driver's side is done and tightened. Confirm that our filter is the right direction. This is tucked down there. Now we're going to move to the other side. You can see I got it. Make sure I got the line held here. This one down here is already tightened. So I'll put this one on by hand. Snug that, get it all tightened up, and then the lines are in. Installation is now complete. The lines are fully tightened. You can continue to reassemble the engine as per the installation manual. We also recommend, like any other job where you drain oil for a period of time, a turbo replacement, that we recommend unhooking the fuel pump relay or disabling the ECU completely, or if you're far apart, just whatever you can do to keep the car from starting. You want to crank it for a while and make sure that the oil goes through everything, gets circulated. And then moving forward, every time you do an oil change, you should just pop these open, pop the filters open, blow them out with some breaker, carburetor cleaner or something, and they'll never plug again. Screens are reusable. So if you feel like you're still nervous about how high this sits, maybe how you tightened it up, whatever, and you're worried about how close it is to the manifold, as long as you got an inch or so from the manifold, it's going to be fine. The lines are protected. Manifold's a lot cooler over here. This hose already sits next to the manifold, and if you feel down there, the hose never even gets brittle. What you're going to want to do, if you want a little bit more up, you can run a zip tie like right around here and just hold it up, and then when you're done, just cut off the excess. That's just to give you that extra reassurance. It's going to stay up the side of just getting it under this hose.